Is this the seat we were told to sit in?
Yes.
You are in your seat, and this seat is your seat. So we're going to sit there. Unless we do a movement activity, which we're going to do. But we're going to sit right here. We're solid as a rock. We are glued, our bums are glued into the seat. So let's wiggle real quick into our seats. All right. Our butts are glued to the seat. Alrighty. So, I'm remembering that Miss Naughton taught us a little something about labels. Well, today we're going to learn a little more about labels. Writers and readers use labels to do two things. They help us describe drawings and point out important details. So in the corner of this paper, I drew a flower and I labeled it flower. Now I really wanted all of my readers to know that the red part of the flower is called a petal. We all say that? A petal. Who already knew that? Raise your hand. And if you didn't already know that, now we know. I labeled it petal. I wanted readers to know that the green part was a leaf. A leaf. Oh, who already knew that? All right. And if you didn't know then, now you know. I wanted my readers to know that this long part holding the flower up is called a stem. I'm hearing all my children know that it was a stem. And then this last part, I'm wondering if anyone knows what the last part is. Oh, seeds. It's called a pistil, which holds the seed.
I said that. Pistol.
Which has a double meaning. It can mean one thing or another. All right, now we're going to look at this book by Gail Gibbons. Now, Mr. Chase told me you already read a book by her. I think her books are so cool. We're going to see how she uses labels in her books. So on this page it says, berries are small fruits. They can be soft or hard. Some berries taste sweet. Others taste tart. Other berries grow on bushes. Some of them are made up of clusters of small, smooth-skinned, ball-like shapes called drupelets. So I'm looking at all of these berries on this page, and I'm so curious. I see this berry, and I think, what is that called?
Strawberry.
You guys know it's strawberries. I know because I see this label. It's kind of small to see on the page. But she's telling, I know it's kind of hard to see far away. But I'm seeing that this says wild strawberries. So I know the pictures underneath this label are wild strawberries. And then I look for more. Oh, over here. These are called cultivated blackberries. I'm wondering if anyone has had a blackberry before. You've had blackberries?
I got some from Kroger and took them home and ate them. They're
Oh.
so good.
I'm wondering if they were sweet or tart. We can talk about it later.
Wash them before you They were a long time ago.
A long time ago. All right, so I see wild strawberries. She told me this with her label. I see raspberries. I see it. All these bushes, they're all raspberries. Oh, remember, we're glued to our seat. Thank you. And then our blackberries. And now I wonder what else we're going to learn. Oh, here's more. Many berries we eat are smooth. Pineapples are perennials. They are large and thorny members of the berry family. Once spiky outsides are cut off, the sweet, juicy pineapple fruits can be eaten. Now, I remember before, on the last page, I see wild blueberries, and here are my blueberries. I see cranberries here, but then I see this little section here. And I see the author uses lines to point out specific parts of a blueberry, the seeds of the blueberry. So I see here, this says the firm skin, and it points right to the skin of the blueberry. Then it has the stem. Oh, I remember my flower had a stem. It has the seeds and the fleshy inside. So now we know that authors use labels to describe whole pictures and little parts in the picture. Yes, Isabel. Yes, this is my Post-it to remind me of things. Thank you. All right, let's see what else she does with labels. All right, now we're going to read this. Throughout an apple growing season, the apples in the orchard have grown bigger. When the apples ripen, it's harvest time. Pears are very sweet and juicy when they are ripe. So now I see all of these types of fruits. I see these apples and these pears. Now our author is telling us the specific types of apples. So up here, she says fruit trees, apples. Here she says pears. Now we want to know what specific types of apples and pears there are. So this pear, or this apple, is called the Golden Delicious.
Golden.
So it's a yellow apple. The green apple is called a Granny Smith.
I know it.
Those aren't very sweet. Those are tart, a little sour. And this red apple is called a Macintosh. I'm thinking that I eat red apples. If you eat red apples, raise your hand. If you eat mostly red apples, eat your hand. Or eat your hand. Raise your hand. If you eat mostly green apples, raise your hand.
You said eat your hair.
Oh, that was a... Yes.
I had a red apple in my lunch.
Oh, that's exciting.
No, she
You know
had
it's
it.
called a Macintosh.
Oh, yeah. She had it sound when she said green apple.
And then over here, okay, hands down. Over here we see this is a Bartlett pear, a Bosc pear, and a Sequel pear. All right. So from this book already, we learned that our writer used labels for what? What three things did she use labels for?
Nothing.
Oh, I'd like to see hands. Oh, wow, lots of hands. Shaylin, what's one thing that she used a label for? For our illustrations. For flowers. She told us about the big picture and what specifically was about those pictures. You remember that I used a flower, and this author used it for fruit. What else, Levi?
Food.
For food. She told us the specific parts of the food, the outside and the inside. We looked deeper into our food. And Christiana, what was the last thing? We looked into apples. We saw that there were many different types. She did our general label and then our specific label.
I had a yellow apple. I had a red apple.
All right. Now we're going to put our hands down and we're going to do a little movement because we're going to do something at the whiteboard. So we're going to unglue our bottoms. Ready? So we're going to go. Stand up. We're going to wiggle it out. Wiggle. Okay, now we're going to wipe off our bums because we don't want glue on it anymore. All right, now we're going to slowly walk over and find a seat in front of the whiteboard.
Wow. I thought it was.
So I'm just going to leave this here just so we remember that labels help us describe drawings and point out important details. All right, now I see my children are moving. Let's find a spot. Are we comfortable? Can we see? All right, so how do we glue our bums down? Show me how you glue your bums down.
Sorry, it was an accident.
All right.
That's a good sound.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a no. I'm curious why. That fell down. Thank you. Just leave
You
it
can
there.
put it on the board, Kaino.
It'll be better tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Kaino.
So, I was a writer this morning, and I wrote a story about
What did you say?
I'm really
My
curious,
dog.
Miss Levine. You could tell me another time. Maybe tell us another time.
I wrote a story about my dog.
A dog?
My topic is my dog. My name is Miss Levine. So this says, I walked my dog in the park. I wrote a story about my dog. But I want to draw something. I want to show my readers, as a writer, I want to show my readers a picture. So from this story, I need help. What do you think I should draw in my picture?
A dog.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to students who raise their hand. Corey, a sidewalk? Oh, draw a sidewalk. All right. Here's my sidewalk. Now, whoa, I see two lines. So if someone came in straight from the door and they saw two lines, how would they know that's a sidewalk? What could we use?
Lines.
Levi, what could we use?
A dog.
Oh, you would like to draw a dog. Okay, we'll draw everything first and then we'll. A dog. Okay, my dog is black. His name is Finn.
Finn.
And he's a black lab. He is the love of my life.
He's a black.
He's a baby. He just turned 2 years old. That's my dog. All right, what else should I have in my drawing? Jeremiah. A house? Oh, let's draw a house. Okay, my house is blue, so I'm going to put blue. Okay, I'm going to put a door, and windows. That's my room. Alrighty, so now we have, I walked my dog in the park. Oh, the door. How are we going to get in the house without the door knob? All right. A dog for the dog. Oh. Oh, remember that in a little bit, kind of. I'll call you again. Okay, what else do I need?
You can make a collar and then add yourself walking your dog.
I have to be in it. I'm walking the dog.
Put eyes on your dog. She did.
I see eyes in her mouth.
All right, here's me. Me. I have blonde hair. Bangs. I'll put them in there. Don't worry. All right. Yay, there's me. All right. Let's think of 3 more things. Christiana.
I'm wondering if it's daytime or if it's nighttime.
You can put.
Should come back. Okay, think. Alon, what else should we put?
Collar.
A collar on the dog. His collar is red. And he probably has a leash, right?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. 2 more things. Carter.
A sun.
A sun. It's sunny out. It's the middle of the day.
You were hot?
And then
You can make
Shaylin.
some grass.
A park. So what's in a park? So we'll do some swings.
A playground.
Let's do
slide. No, a park for your dog.
Oh, a park for my dog? Why
A
can't it be a
dog
park for
park.
me?
That's a dog park.
A dog park.
And
So there's like a ramp.
there's a slide.
Here's a slide. All right. There is the park. What's up?
Make some grass. Grass.
Because it has to be grassy. What's up, Jeremiah?
You should make a dog. You should make a dog.
Oh, a dog door for the
I think
house.
we have enough.
Alrighty.
I think she's
So-
I think we're going to do something else next.
Now, first I wrote my story. And then I illustrated my story. But if someone walked in, how would they know what this is? We could use,
Labels.
so, what should I write? So raise your hand and pick one thing that I need a label for. Alon, what could I label?
House.
House, okay. So let's think about, I'm going to spell house. House. Okay. Should I, yeah, I'll do this. I'm going to put an arrow.
H.
House. House. All right. Carter.
Park.
Park. Park. Park. Okay.
Parker.
Park. All right. Park. What else? Ariana.
Dog.
Dog. Dog. Dog.
D-O-G.
Jeremiah, what else could I label?
Sun.
Sun. Sun.
S-U-N. S-U-N.
All right. Let's do 2 more things. Kind of. What do you think? What else could I label?
House.
We did house. What else? What about something on the house?
Chimney.
Oh. Me, Miss LaVigne. Okay. M-S, and I know from up here it's L-A-V-I-G-N-E. I'm going to point right there. That's me. All right. Who hasn't? Keithan, what could we label on my drawing? What's unlabeled?
Grass.
The swings. Okay. Swings. Swings. I'm gonna point. Swings. All right. So now we created my story. I walked my dog in the park. I drew an illustration and then I labeled what was on the illustration. Oh, well, now you guys get to do your own. So I'm gonna pass out, me and Miss Hunt are gonna pass out papers just like this one. So everyone's gonna close their eyes and think of something in the room, or a story. Think of something that you're gonna write about. What's up?
Why didn't you know it's not it?
Because you didn't tell me the drum was not. Okay, think of something you're gonna write about. Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. Now, when you're ready, and this is at your own pace, you can come up to me and Miss Naughton and tell us what you're gonna write about. And we're gonna write it down in the topic part.
Okay, so your story is going to
You're
be
gonna write about your dog?
playground.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog?
I'm making the same thing as you.
You can come up with your own. Okay, here you go. You wanna write about bears? Okay.
Oh, help me.
Bears.
I want a dog like this.
Okay. Here you go.
I'm going to write about going to the beach.
Ooh, the beach. I cannot wait. Now remember, children, you're gonna write your story first, then illustrate it, then label it.
I need a black.
Oh, you can use pencils right now to write your story.
I don't know what to spell stuff.
It's okay. You can write it phonetically. Okay, what do you want to write about? What do you want to write about? About your house? Okay. My.
Your
story's going to be about bears.
Hey! Oh!
I think we are using pencils and then we're using markers.
We're gonna use pencils to write your house. About a rainbow?
That's your story. You're taking your dog in the back. Okay, I'm going to write topic, dog in back.
Rainbow. You want to what? Well, you chose bear. I'm really interested to hear a story about a bear. Cats and bears? Okay. Well, I'll add cats. What do you want to write?
Sound it out. As long as you can read it, that's okay.
All right. Here you go. What are you going to write about? Same thing? Your dog?
Whatever's in your picture.
My dog. All right. Shayla, what are you going to write about?
Bubbles in the bath.
What? Pumpkins? Oh, that's exciting. All right, there you go.
My dog.
You're going to write about your dog.
You want to write about a cat? All right. Now, children, I'm going to write it up here. First, we're going to write our story. Then we're going to illustrate or make our picture. And then we're going to label. Michaela, you'd like me to write and cats? Okay. You can just tell me that. What are you going to write about?
So I see on the board that Miss LaVigne, she wrote, first we're going to write our story, or maybe a sentence. Then we are going to illustrate, and lastly, you want to draw your picture first. Then you're going to label your picture.
What would you like to write?
About your what?
Okay, can I write that for you? You want to write? Okay, sit down and write it.
I'm going to write my dog.
I can do it.
I see Keithan's writing his story.
No.
Can I come sit with you? Can I come sit with you?
Okay.
Keep going, Ethan. I'm really proud.
And this was my bee. What's
Rainbow is art. What is he walking on? I think you should label that this is your dog. You're walking on so people know.
I see you starting color. I want to see the story.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, that's exciting. Can I hear it?
Sounds like you got a plan.
I can't wait to see the drawing and all the labels on it. I'm wondering if you want to write more about it. You don't? Okay, you can just do
Once you have your picture done, I would love to see some labels. How do we know
some
what
labels.
this is?
Who is that? Remember, we're gonna spell phonetically, so we're just gonna sound it out. Here.
Okay. What do you want to draw here? What color?
I got it, Corey. A line. I'm wondering what this is. That's your dog?
Alon, where's your pencil go? You drew that dog with a pencil. And that one's not sharp. Let me see it. That was very kind. They got your hat and brought it to you.
Here are my three. Can you label it for me so that I know?
I think you can label this as ladder, and this is slide. That way you don't know. This is right ladder, slide.
What's up? Oh, he needs a color. Let's see which color you need. Ooh! Alrighty. What does it say? What is that? Can you label that for me so that I know? Oh, that looks like a good arrow. It can be an arrow or just a line. It could just be a line, and I don't know exactly where it is.
You know whoever this person is. You know what it's waiting on. And you know what that is. You know who that is. You can tell me and you can label it. You can get a pencil and you can label it. That way other people know what it is. You're gonna write for others. Finish the label. You wanna go label it together? Let's get a pencil.
I'm wondering what the story is about.
Yes.
Who's that? Label it so that we know.
We are going to spell phonetically, which means however you sound it out, however letters you hear, as long as you can read it. Use your rainbow. This is your dog. Okay, so what's next? Red. So I'm going to draw an arrow. Now when you're ready, Taco knows that this is red.
Okay, I can't make a dough either. That looks like a good dough to me. If you know what it is and if you label it, people will know it's a dough. Oh, I would like to see Levi's illustration.
Okay, here, look it. I just drew like here.
I see pumpkin.
I can't do your job without
Are you
it.
gonna wear my new label? Yeah. I love how focused you are. Taylor wrote her story and then she colored her pictures and now she's gonna label it. Shayla's working really hard over here.
You draw your house.
Leo.
Look at my nose.
Spell it. How do you spell the word Leo?
Every dog.
So I pointed to red. Now we're right next to the arrow. Pointing to the story.
Are you trying to draw a dog? Let's think about the parts of a dog.
So you have to create your labels next. So I know labels, they point to an item and you write a word next to it.
Okay, write that down. What's the important part of a dog?
You need a head. And then you write a word next to it. That's the line.
Oh, it's falling. Can you label those for me? So I know what they were. Like this. You can see the labels right over here.
Words and labels.
These are our labels. They're telling us what each thing is. Oh, I'd love to see how you write them.
Oh, Miss Levine, I think you should show Kayla's paper as an example.
All right, all my children, look up here. Oh, Jakayla, is that okay if I show? This is Jakayla's drawing. And I noticed that she drew the whole illustration and then labeled it. I see that this is Jakayla. This is the park. These are more kids. So this is what labels look like on a student illustration. All right, you bring me like 5 more minutes.
I need to color it. I need to color my sky.
Who's that?
You're drawing people now.
How was I gonna know that?
Maybe you've been waiting.
Tell me that. With labels. Do you need a pencil? Hey, now can I take that? You're writing? I need drawings. Because I get to look at that. I get to show it to my teacher. I see a dog! I see a dog! It's a dog! I'm the number of peach colors. See a label for that. Thank you so much. Can you put that on my laptop? I'm really sorry. You can put it right on my computer. Thank you.
It can be a line.
That's a big robot. Oh, you have to point that out to me. You have to write that in, or else I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have known. You want your readers to know that. Well, I bet you could find them each color in another bin. All right, children, 2 more minutes. Yes. When you're all done with it, you can put it right on my laptop. you can go right on my laptop. Thank you.
I'm done. Like mine. That one's yours? No, this one. I mean, this one. That looks nice. The light one and the one.
But today, Miss LaVigne has to take.
Alrighty, children. When you're all done, you can sit at your seats real quick. Alrighty, today we talked about labels. And labels help us describe our drawings and point out important details about our illustrations. Alright, when you're all done, you can go to your next center. I'm writing stuff on my laptop. Nice. Alright, where's your center? I don't know. We'll see how hard we work. Remember last time we went